Former White House press secretary and outnumbered co-host Kayleigh McEnany joins me now. Isn't it odd that Joe's doctor hasn't said anything this week?
It is odd, and he's not going to say anything until Republicans in Congress decide to use their subpoena power and subpoena him and subpoena KJP and subpoena Mike Donilon and everyone around them. Trump should also look into appointing a special counsel into this. I know it's not his decision. It'd be Pam Bondi's over at DOJ. But this is gravely serious, Jesse, because of this reason. There are anecdotes in that book that came out going back to 2019. In 2019, he could not remember the name of Mike Donilon, someone he's known since 1981, 7 years before I was born. In 2020, people viewed the footage of him with campaigners or with people in the audience on the campaign trail, and they said it was like watching Grandpa drive. It was like a different person. That's 2020. And yet they all stood in front of cameras and told us this man was fit to be commander-in-chief. We lost 13 heroes at the Abbey Gate. They deserve answers. Subpoena the heck out of these people and put a special counsel on them, because Americans, especially those who lost their lives, deserve answers now.
Yeah, I haven't heard special counsel brought up. I've heard committee hearings with subpoena power, but special counsel, that is interesting, especially when you hear from a Democrat that the Biden doctrine wasn't really the Biden doctrine. There was no Biden foreign policy. Other people were running the commander-in-chief's job, and Hunter Biden was the most powerful man in the world for a period of time. When they have to run a fake town hall and it doesn't go well, and then Joe naps through debate prep and they still put him out there, that's a kamikaze mission. Why are they doing that to this guy?
Yeah, and that's it. President Trump was right that it's those around him he wants to look at. Joe Biden, you look at his track record, to President Trump's point, he's not someone who wanted open borders. So who did? We know that they were manipulating the American people. They accused everyone else of cheap fakes. But I was reading today, they loved the jump cut. That's where you cut off of someone when they make a mistake and you take a cut from a different camera. It's a way to artificially edit. They were jump cutting the heck out of this man. When you compare that to Trump today in the Oval Office, you can't jump cut with a foreign leader who you're sitting eye to eye with. You can't jump cut with Putin, but that's what they were trying to do with this man. And I remember when I was White House press secretary, the press going nuts because President Trump had a 2019 visit to Walter Reed that was routine, and they were sure there was something sinister. He had some disease that we weren't telling them about. Where the heck was the intellectual curiosity for 4 years with this man? You grilled me, and you can't even ask simple questions of those around President Biden.
Yeah, I mean, he disappeared to Delaware for like 3 to 4 day weekends constantly. No one cared at all. Kayleigh, it's kind of funny listening to this now. Tapper says he's humbled and they're making a killing off this book. Does this smell right to you?
Not in the slightest. Look, Alex Thompson, his co-author, is someone who was on this. When no other reporter would talk about this, he would. The Biden White House did not like Alex Thompson. Jake Tapper is a different story. Jake Tapper, who has this reputation of being a maverick journalist who goes and grills both sides. No, you didn't. You grilled Lara Trump. You were unfair to her. You took her to task back when I was on the campaign years and years ago. And then you grilled every Republican in your presence. And when you had the chance to ask questions about Biden's mental acuity, who'd you bring on? Not Republicans. You brought on people who you knew would defend President Biden. I know he's apologized for that, but don't apologize to a camera. Go apologize to all of our service members overseas. They deserve your apology, Jake Tapper, not some reporter who you're sitting across from to sell a book.
Yeah, he was attacking Fox for saying things that he wrote in his book 4 years later. Should we get some of the royalties?
We should. You should, Jesse. You should in particular. You've been on it. We've been on it. Give us the royalties, Jake.
Gutfeld says he wants 10% for the little guy. So maybe Greg will get some payments in the mail. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.